Scott Karpovich, and as you heard also, I have brain damage. I recommend brain damage for all of you. How many people already have brain damage? Thank you, sir. It's good to have family in the room. Thank you. God bless you. For those who don't have brain damage, catch up with the rest of us. You can see the world two different ways, like everyone else, or like him and I, unlike anyone else. What would you choose? All right. Now, let me just explain to you a little bit about me. In addition to being brain damaged, I am a nerd. Now, when I attended school, long before you guys were created, it was not cool to be a nerd. In fact, that was a horrible insult. But now, like you, I realize the truth that nerds rule. In fact, I'm on a campaign and have been on a campaign for 36 years to make nerd into a compliment. Oh, yeah. And so I am a nerd. Now, you might be looking at me saying, this guy is too cool to be a nerd. You don't understand. I am so geeky. Shut up. I am a nerd, and let me explain to you why. First of all, one of the reasons I'm a nerd is my parents. My mother, the bacteriologist, my father, the physicist, kind of sets you up. You know, you're geeked right away. My mom, the bacteriologist, my father, the physicist, both worked for Dow Chemical Company. My mother originally worked for Kraft Foods, where she discovered bacteria, which is still used today to make the cheese that you eat, sir. You can see my mom's bacteria running through you. And then she went to work for Dow Chemical as a scientific librarian, bacteriology scientific librarian. And she met my father there, and they worked for Dow Chemical, and they were very successful. Just to brag, sister, I'm talking to you now. That's right. You're looking at me, right? I'm talking to you. Sorry, not you, her. That's it, yes. My father, 38 patents before he turned to be 40 years old. However, when they found out that their firstborn baby had brain damage, they both quit Dow Chemical and moved to the farm. Full-time parents. Unfortunately, they went from making some significant income to hardly anything. So my mom and dad did hideous things to save money, making me into even a greater nerd. My mom bought all my clothes at garage sales. And yours too, I could tell. My mom, God bless her, she found great clothes. Some of the clothes were fine. Some of the clothes were magnificent. I remember, though, in 3rd grade, she bought me a pink polyester plaid suit. But you know, she was just trying to help out. In 3rd grade, I didn't usually wear the pink polyester suit to school. I wore it to church, you know. But one day I accidentally put on pink polyester plaid pants. And Charlie decided he was going to beat me up. And I looked at him and I said, Charles, he hated when I called him Charles. I said, Charles, why do you want to beat me up? And he looked down at me and he said, because you're pink polyester plaid pants. And he wailed on me. I remember he bounced my head between his fists. I watched the buttons of his shirt go back and forth, saying to myself, why don't you duck? Oh, and that was horrible. But that's not all. My dad, God bless him, my dad, 38 patents at Dow Chemical. My father decided to save money by giving me my haircut himself. My father, to impress you, sir, was the youngest major in the Army during World War II. My dad. Youngest major ever in the Army during World War II. He was like 21 as a major. And my father felt there was only one cool hairdo to get. So he would take my head, he would take the razor. Did I mention to you earlier on that my skull was crushed at birth? I have this huge knob on my skull right here, I really do, it's right here. And I had this little dent in my skull right over here. What do you think happened when my father's razor hit those parts of my head? Bald spot here, and even though my hair was excessively short, he always left bangs. Shut up. The bangs were never straight, they always went like this. I know what you're thinking. Right now you're looking at me and saying, ah, if he had a bald spot here, and bangs like this, today he'd be a rock star. But back then it wasn't cool. In addition to that, I am, if you give me a Myers-Briggs test, I am incredibly introverted. I am shy. You may not be able to tell that from this presentation, but I am really shy. I'd rather be by myself. I really would. I'm scared to death of people. You guys are freaking me out right now. especially you.
Probably.
I'm just scared of people, and I'm very shy, and that made me also very nerdy. And another thing that made me nerdy, well, the brain damage, severely dyslexic. You understand dyslexia, right? We tend to write our letters upside down or backwards. It's really hard for us to read. It's really hard for us to write, and without exception, we are the world's most creative spellers. How many people here are creative spellers? Good for you. Yeah, I think it was Samuel Clemens that says, "I don't appreciate anyone that doesn't have enough imagination to spell a word in more than one way." Creative spellers. Another part of my closed-headedry, I have no depth perception. Do you know what it's like not to see the third dimension? Everything's flat. Like right now, you guys are up here, and you are this big. However, if you want to get smaller, move to the back of the room. People that want to lose weight, move to the back of the room. Things. Oh, stop it, skinny. People don't understand, but that's like the way you see things when you have no depth perception whatsoever. Things don't get closer, they get bigger, which makes it really difficult to play sports. If they throw the ball at me, it's going to hit me. Boom, always, always. Another part of my closed-headedry, I have headaches every single day. I have one right now, nasty headaches. Boom, boom, boom. You hear that? Boom. It's my headache. Another part of my closed-headedry, I have a hard time holding on to a train of thought. So don't ask me what I'm supposed to talk about, because I have no clue. And another part of my closed-headedry is, well, I've never been able to tell right from left. Anyone have a hard time telling right from left? Anyone here? Okay, family here. Dude, this is for you. Only because you look impressive. Thank you. I was speaking in Santa Barbara, California. A very hot woman came up to me. Oh, I'm serious, she was hot. She came up to me and she said, "Yo, Karp." My name is Karpovich, but all the kids call me Karp. That's my nickname, Karp. She said, "Yo, Karp." I said, "Yo, what?" She didn't want to know how to tell you right from left. I said, "Oh, do I?" She said, "Take your hands and go like this. Could everyone do this with you? Humor me. Like this with your hands right now." She said, "Look, your left hand makes an L." I'm dyslexic. I said, "You're right, it does." So does the other one. So it did not really help me that much. So what I do so I can tell my right from my left is I wear a lavender shoe, L for left, L for lavender, and a red shoe, R for red, R for right. So when you give me directions back to Michigan, don't tell me to go up this road and turn left. Tell me to go up this road and turn purple. The shoe thing has become a significant logo for me. This is my man purse. This is my keychain. And wait. Although the batteries are dead, this is my watch. I just was bragging, sorry. All right, guys. Another thing that made me kind of geeky, other than my parents, I was very short. In high school, and I'm not exaggerating, I weighed 70 pounds, maybe 72 pounds, and I was precisely 4 feet tall. Kindergartners towered over me. When you are that tiny in high school, not a good thing. Now, being a short woman is called cute. Being a short guy is called painful. Stop laughing at me now. And so I was this excessively short, little, awkward, scared, introverted kid that just didn't fit in, and it was hard. And I had problems with bullies. Remember Charlie, the guy that beat me up with my big polyester plaid pants? I don't know how he found any friends, but he found 3 of them. Their names were Rodney LaPratt, his real name, Don Ayers, his real name, and David Vandermark, his real name. So Charlie Dose, David Vandermark, Rodney LaPratt, and Don Ayers found incredible ways of beating me up. One thing they used to do, because I was so tiny, they used to love to shove me into the 12th grade lockers. In my school, the 12th grade lockers were that much bigger than all the other lockers, wide-wise, so they could easily squeeze me in there. So they would put me in there and lock the locker. Now, sir, I don't know you well, and I could be wrong about this, but I assume that if anyone were to lock you in the locker, you'd pound on the door and say, "Let me out!" Yeah. I'm shy, so I went like this. Is there anybody out there? Those not up on that was a little bit Pink Floyd. Very good. I'm so impressed. Yeah, is there anybody out there? I stayed in that locker sometimes for hours. So one time the janitor let me out. One time they locked me in the locker upside down. Now these bullies were horrible, evil, mean guys. In fact, Charlie Dost in 3rd grade bragged about when his cat had kittens. He put the kittens in the yard and drove over them with the lawnmower. You hate him with me now? Thank you. Horrible! I know! I want you to know these guys are mean sons of guns. And they were mean kids. David Vandermark used to, when he got his driver's license, used to drive on the sidewalk trying to hit people. I mean, they were just mean people. And dumber than dirt, but mean. What's that?
Are they in prison now?
Oh, let me tell you, sister. I'll get there. Wait for it. Now, the thing is, I hated these guys with all my heart. One thing they used to do is in gym class, I hated gym. Most of us nerds hate gym. I hated gym with all my heart. In gym class, they would take my clothes and throw it in the shower. Or they would take my clothes and hide them and literally run my underwear up the flagpole. Literally. My underwear up in the flagpole. I know it sounds like a cartoon, but it really happened to me. Now, be quiet. The other thing I had to deal with is they took my gym bag 3 times and they urinated in it. And one time, one of the kids took a dump in it. I remember I got out of the shower, took my towel, shoved it in my bag, and said, "Oh, well, you know what I said." I threw the bag and the towel and everything in the trash and never looked back and went to school wearing my gym clothes because my clothes are covered with stuff. That's not all. There's one crime that I'm to this day known for. You can take all these disgusting crimes and remember me for them, but you're not going to. The next crime is the thing you're going to remember me for. I'm the kid that got swirlies. How many people know what a swirly is? For those who don't know what a swirly is, that's where they take the little kids in school, shove their heads down toilets and flush. Thus the swirl. I became known as a brain damaged nerd who got flushed down toilets. I got flushed down toilets all the time. Why do people have to be so mean? Why do people have to be so mean? They were never clean toilets when they stuck my head in them. And they held me down there until I blew bubbles and they finally would flush. And they go out and get all the mean kids that laugh at me and call me names. And they call me faggot, they call me homo, they call me gay, they call me midget, they call me shrimp, they call me nerd, they call me geek, they call me dork, they call me stupid, they call me dumb, they call me retard. Why do people have to be so mean? And my last name is Karpovich. Do you know what you do in public schools with a name like Karpovich? Be quiet. They would take one letter out of my name and change it, make the last part of my name into a swear word. So I became Karpo, swear word. Why do people have to be so mean? That's not all. It seems that if you're a nerd, it's like you sign a contract up in heaven before you're born. You probably remember signing it, saying, "I promise I will do stupid things for the rest of my life." How many people here have ever done something stupid? Yep, you signed it. I do stupid things all the time. One of the stupid things I did is I'm shy. I'm scared to talk to people. What's the dumbest class to sign up for in high school?
Public speaking.
Public speaking. Guess what I signed up for? Public speaking. I'm the only 9th grader in a classroom filled with 12th graders. I walk in, the class is filled with 12th grade cheerleaders. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, the other half is filled with 12th grade football players. I didn't care. I was going to take this class. I walked in. I looked every single one of them right in their kneecaps. I was short. And I said, "Yikes!" It gets worse. My teacher tells me I have to give a children's story in front of them. He handed me this children's story about a dumb bird who couldn't fly. A bird who couldn't fly. I'm supposed to read a children's story. I said, "Teacher, a bald, 4-foot 9th grader, you want me to read a children's story in front of these 12th grade hairy giants?" Back when I went to school, the guys had hair all the way down to it was long. And teacher looked at me and said, "Yeah." And that was a girl teacher. And so I was all upset about this. I ran home to my mom to try to figure out how to drop a class. My mom thought I was asking how to get a good grade. And my mom told me, "If you want to get a good grade, you have to change for all the voices for all the different characters in the story." I said, "Mom, it's a story about birds." She goes, "Uh-huh." I said, "Do you want me to make bird noises in front of 12th grade cheerleaders?" And she said, "Uh-huh." I'm a nerd. I do everything my mommy tells me to do.